am in Lisbon. I have no idea really what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of scouting for our next retreat. Wandering. It's so beautiful. And I'm having so much fun. I have no itinerary. Tonight I'm going to be going on a sunset cruise. And tomorrow I'm going to go to the beach. Then I head home. I'll take you on today. This morning I woke up and went to the airport to get a rental car. If you're, oh my god, it was so chaotic, but I got the rental car. I could feel myself getting frustrated, and I was like just telling myself how grateful I am to have the opportunity to even be getting a rental car, to be traveling. So I got my rental car and headed out of the city, out of Lisbon, and now I'm going to the countryside, to Melides. I might be pronouncing that incorrectly. But I was doing some research about this town, and this is where we want to have our Portugal retreat for Boxwood Abroad. And oh my god, it is so incredibly beautiful. So I left the city, and it's interesting to see the topography change. Start to see more of almost like desert landscape, really interesting trees. And then you kind of like going through this area, and you pop out going towards Melides to this like coastal, just rolling hills, beautiful wildflowers. Oh, it's so pretty. So I am going to go check out the hotel that we'd like to stay at. And this is designed by Christian Louboutin. It's a new hotel. They just opened. It looks incredible. I'm going to have lunch. I didn't end up staying there. I wanted to stay in the city to be able to explore the city. And I head home tomorrow, which I need to make my flight. Like there are two types of people who travel. There's people who plan things out, and then there's people like me, like I need to go home tomorrow and I need to change my flight at some point today. I have a flight booked for in a couple weeks, but I'm going home a little bit early because I have some client things that I need to go back to the States for. But I want to come back here because it's incredible. I think we'll come back in September, see it again, get the lay of the land. But our retreats are really focused on the luxury of simplicity and simple living. And it's interesting because being in Lisbon is so much a city. And then coming out to the countryside, like anybody that I talk to or is like telling them where he's going, just is like, oh, it's so beautiful out there. It's quiet. There aren't very many tourists out there. And that's really what our retreats are about, is escaping from the noise and kind of what everybody else is doing, and then experiencing more of a local approach to travel. So we meet with artisans and we connect with local farmers, and like going to the wineries or going to see, in this case, tile being made or ceramics. That's really what we focus on. So I'm very excited to have found the spot, because when I was in Lisbon, it was so cool. Lisbon is amazing. But Lisbon's very much a city. So I was kind of craving this slowing down and slow travel. And we've made it. So I wanted to make this video before I got to the hotel, because I don't know what the hotel is going to be like yet, and I wanted to do more of like a live reaction. So I wanted to give you a little update as to what I'm doing today, this morning, and I will show you around the hotel when I get there and show you around. I'd like to make it down to the beach and to the little town of Melides too, and I'll put some more information about this town because it is sort of up and coming. I'm like looking around thinking, is there anything for sale around here? Because it would be a wonderful place to have a boxwood escape. So let's go. I'm heading back to Lisbon. I just left Comporta, which is like a tiny beach town. Somebody told me that it's like the Hamptons of Portugal. So I wanted to check it out because it was a contender for where we're going to have the retreat. It's definitely not the vibe. It's very much more touristy, I'd say. It's cool. Like if you're going to come to Portugal, Comporta is really cool. There's this wellness spa. I forget the name of it, but I'll put a link to it. I just had a little drink there. And it's really cool. Like it's all it's all wellness based. This place that I was just at, definitely not what we want for the retreat, but it is really neat if you want to check it out. There's like a little farm. It's in the rice fields. It's beautiful, and I went to a little beach club there, which is really nice too. Just to check it all out, because I've been doing the scouting, trying to figure out like where we want to have the retreat. Definitely, Vermelho is where we want to be. It's amazing. So when I arrived, I was like just totally taken back. Well, first of all, there was that cute pig. And then I got there and I was welcomed by the staff and just blown away by the design. And for the retreats, we're really design centric. I think that it's so important, especially like I care so much about aesthetics because I think that it really does make an impact on like the overall well-being. But aesthetics can be kind of tiered, right? Like something can be really beautiful, but this hotel is just above and beyond. But what would you expect? So it's really neat. All of the art, it's a private collection from Christian Louboutin, and he designed this whole hotel. I mean, it's kind of like, it was, I think, kind of probably like a little pet project for him. He spends like 40% of his time at his own personal house in the area. And he just, I mean, he went all out on this hotel. It's so beautiful. And I'm so excited to have our retreat here. If you want to come, please come join us. But I arrived, I had a lovely lunch with the GM Vera, and we had like the most lovely conversation just about life and the journey that life takes you on. And she shared her story, and it was just exceptional. She's actually from this tiny town, but it was by happenstance that she ended up back here after meeting Christian Louboutin in Brazil. He actually thought she was Brazilian, she said. And then he wanted to open this hotel, and he asked her to manage it. And she was like, that's actually where I'm from. Isn't that funny? Just the way that the universe works. But we had a lovely lunch and toured the hotel. It was so beautiful. And then afterwards, I walked around the town. I went to the beach. And I actually almost didn't go to the beach because parking was like kind of difficult. And I was like, oh my gosh, is this going to be worth it? It was so worth it. And it reminded me just, if you don't push yourself to go have the experiences that you want to have in life, you miss them and they pass you by. And sometimes it takes a little extra effort. And this is like a very small example. I understand that, of like parking. But if I wouldn't have just done that, I wouldn't have got to experience this incredible moment on the beach and meet these people. And it was just so lovely. And then I decided to come down to Comporta just to check it out because everybody said that it was important to check out, so I checked it out. I don't know, it's cool. Like for sure, come if you want to come to Portugal. Comporta is cool. At the retreat, we will probably do something here at the beach, but our home base will definitely be Melides. But now I'm heading back to Lisbon. Don't worry, guys, I booked my flight. So my flight leaves at 10:30 tomorrow. I just booked it like half an hour ago. And I'm heading back home. I'm sad to be going back to the States. I could just live here. Not necessarily, maybe in Portugal. I hope that I do live in Europe, at least part-time. Maybe Italy, France. You know, I love France. I go home tomorrow and back to the grind. But it's been fun. I've been working here and working US hours with the design team while I've been here. So that's been fun because I kind of have the days. And then about 5 o'clock is when everybody gets going in the States. And then I work till about 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'm a night owl anyways. So I guess I better go. I'll get to my hotel about 9 o'clock, just in time for dinner. I love a late European dinner. And I think I'm gonna go check out the social club tonight, the Boa Vista. I could be saying that wrong. Social club. I wanted to go there, but it was closed both nights. So tonight they're open. Gonna push myself to go do it, go dancing a little bit, and make my flight tomorrow morning and head back home.